Alright, so now that you've done the tool paths and the computer's had the opportunity to go through and see what it wants to do in terms of cutting, now is the time to change something. If you screwed up, it'll be pretty obvious when you look at this simulation. It'll have some crazy cuts in there that may not be what you want, and that now is the time to go back and change all that shit. Once you're done with that, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, so I'm going to close out the simulation toolpath. Now I'm going to go over here to NC code. This is your actual G code. So what you want to do, you can do a lot of things in here, okay? I'm going to let you figure all that on your own. So you want to display the NC code in the results window. Click that, bam, there's your G code. Now I don't know if you've already put in that post that I gave you, but this is the post you're going to need to work with Mach 3. I gave it to you in the files that I sent to you via email. You'll have to go up into the manufacturing section and change to your post. But yeah, so here's your very simple G code right here for this simple project. So what I do is just highlight it, right click it, copy it. I want to pull up Notepad. This is just a way to save the G code so you don't have to go back and find it every time. So I'm going to save this file, save as. There's all my other G codes that I've got in here. We'll just call it a test for Max. Okay, so save that. Bam, here we go. So I'm gonna minimize that for a second. I'm gonna open up Mach 3. Alright, so Mach 3 is open. I just turned this thing on. I normally would go through and home out all of my axes just to make sure I don't crash the machine, but this is a pretty simple little program. So what I'm going to do is load G code. There it is, test Max. Double click. Bam, there it is. It's all inside of Mach 3. My machine is a giant mess from some stuff I was doing the other day. But I should be able to, I think I've got enough clearance and stuff to just run this program real quick. So what I'm going to do is, you'll have to, of course, index off of your part. I'm going to go ahead and set 0. Let's move it down a little bit. Move my Z down. Okay, so I'm going to 0 X, Y, and Z. And it thinks I'm ready to start, so I'm going to hit cycle start. It'll ask you for a tool change. If you haven't already done it, this is when you would put in your end mill, hit cycle start again, and you can see the machine is going to go to work. It's going down to depth right now. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the machine is actually moving. It's cutting this circle right here. And as you can tell, I didn't center anything on my work table. So that's why it's off to the side like that. But it's cutting around that diameter of that circle right now. You can see it's cutting. It's down to a depth of 130 thousandths. My feed rate is about 6. It's pretty slow. It's actually quite slow, but for these little machines, you can't push them like a big one.